Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here, and today we're taking a look at the Neewer extension arm. This is the UA016, and this will roughly cost you about $36 at the time of the recording of this video. And these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. My own brutal and honest opinions as always. This is new to me. Inside the box, you're just going to get the arm. Now, this was surprisingly lightweight. I was expecting something a lot heavier. You do have your 5/8 baby pins here, which is very nice. And you do have a connection, so you can put this over the 5/8 baby pin of your light stand or your C-stand. I would highly recommend using a C-stand. And you do get a little knob here. When you loosen that, it does extend out to, about that much, which is very cool. And you do get a little nut back there, probably for, if you want to tighten this up if it gets loose. And this thing seems to work fairly well. You do get rubber bumpers at the bottom of each baby pin here. And again, you do get a knob in the back. And what you'll do is you'll slide this over your C-stand and tighten this up. So let's take a look at this thing in action. So here on the camera, we have our subject, and we want to let our subject from behind. So let's go ahead and set up the arm. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the arm here, and we're going to spin this out. One thing I don't like is you have to spin this out almost till it falls out in order to get it in. And we do have, of course, a sandbag here, and we're going to throw another sandbag here. I'm just going to throw it here. I really wish there was something here so that I could sandbag this properly. Our first 60 here, we're going to mount our 60. It's got a V-mount battery on it, like so. Make sure that is straight. And take our second 60, and we already have it angled the way I want it. So now one thing that is very important is to have a safety chain, especially on the bottom. So I will go ahead and safety chain this one. That's in case this were to come loose. There is a safety chain, so it's not going to smack anybody in the head. If I had another safety chain, I would do the same to the top. Now let's go ahead and see how this can be used. So here we are. We have this on. We have those aimed properly. And now, as you can see for this, you could do something like this, where you have a scrim here, and you can kind of point them here. And let's go ahead and move this toward me. And there you go. You can really double up on your light and diffuse it whichever way you want to, which is very, very cool. Now, another use case for this arm is to get it up above your talent. If you need like a backlight and you don't want this in the shot, now you want to make sure that the long leg is always pointing toward your talent. And we're going to go ahead and take this up. And we're going to extend this out as far as we can go. And again, you want to make sure that you have a lot of sandbags on here. Let's steal one from over here. Making sure this is well sandbagged down. And go ahead and make sure the long arm is toward the talent. And then we can kind of twist this around to where we need to and bend that down to where you want to light the talent. And we're going to lower that to about 4%. And let's see what it looks like. As you can see, I have a nice hair light here. Let's go up a little bit higher. A little overkill to about 16%. So you can see I have a very nice hair light here. And as you can see, I've got a very nice hair light back here. Let's go ahead and readjust that to the best that I can. This is an LS60, and unfortunately, it has a rosette system. But there we go. As we can see, we are creating this very cool hair light, and we can diffuse this any way we like. Let's go ahead and throw up a little diffusion there to make that a little softer. So there you go. And of course, So as you can see, we're getting this very lovely hair light here, backlight here, and as you can see, the C-stand is not in the frame at all, but this is overhead. So a very, very useful tool if you are trying to get a light overhead in a shot and you don't have something like a menace arm or anything, or you don't want to put it on the boom arm that comes with the C-stand. This is another option. Okay, so let's talk pros and cons. Now, the only cons I can really see is that, and this is across the board with newer products, is sometimes you have to unscrew these so much that the pin falls out. Now, they do give you the option to either put a pin in the back or the bottom, or actually put in a second pin. I guess you would, a second screw. I guess you would maybe have to buy one online. I like to go with where it was initially, and that is in the bottom one. But again, I wish they'd give you just a little bit longer of a shaft here. Other than that, this thing seems to be made fairly well. Again, I would look into getting a second kind of screw here so that you could put like some kind of baby pin here and maybe hang your sandbag instead of hanging it on the actual screw, which is going to bend your screw over time. Get something that'll stick into here, that'll lock into here, that's going to hold your sandbag to put a sandbag at the back of this thing. And I highly recommend doing that. Otherwise, the whole thing could tip over, even though your C-stand is sandbagged at the bottom. Just an extra precautionary thing to keep in mind. Now, with that said, this thing is made of solid metal. There is a lot of scraping. Again, Matthews, I believe, makes one of these, and a couple other high-end companies make one of these, but they are far more expensive. But all in all, not bad. Baby pins work well. It extends far enough for what I need it to do, and it feels nice and safe and secure. It's not going to break or fall apart. The joints are all welded very well. So there you go. There you have it. For the price, this thing works exceptionally well. I was shocked to feel how light it was. I was expecting something a lot heavier. So this will definitely be going into my workflow as it is nice and lightweight. And again, it'll help me add extra power to, if I want to bounce it off something or I want to shoot it through some diffusion, this is going to give me the extra power that I need using two lights instead of spending a lot of money on one light. So there you go. There you have it. Very, very nice. Definitely going into the workflow. So those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to mash the bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below as it helps out the channel. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.